Men cannot stop looking at women in a sexual way. Men cannot stop sexualizing women because it is unnatural. Naturally, what we're doing, what women actually are doing, women are competing for the most fit male to breed with, and they flash their whether they know it or not, whether it's subconscious or unconscious or subconscious or not. Women are actually women are actually doing the mating dance with men, and men are doing it back. Men are competing for women are all right. This is what we're doing. This is, you got to see this as animals. The women are displaying themselves. So a lot of people think, all right, these girls are hoes. These girls are showing their ass, twerking and all that stuff. But in reality, in what they're naturally doing is they're displaying their willingness and ability to curate children, and men in response are doing everything they can to procreate with that female. Now, when there is a woman that is very desired by almost every single man in the world, she then gets to choose who she mates with. It's never the man that chooses who they want to impregnate. It's always the woman that chooses the man that they would allow to impregnate her. Unless you get a scenario, which is very rare, where a man rapes a woman and impregnates her. But that is a very rare. So most of the time it's consensual, and some men are more aggressive than others, and some women like the aggression. As long as it's not too much aggression, it's got to be aggressive. It's a very finely balanced type of aggression, because for the most part that I see, women do not want to mate with a tame man, a man that is very passive and not aggressive at all. For the most part, a woman is very attracted, from what I've seen from relationships and stuff like that. Women are attracted to aggressive males that are very aggressive. And actually, what women end up doing, and this is natural, this is not anything in their, they really do not have a choice. They're just it's almost like you're doing it naturally. Women will tend to be with the most aggressive, craziest looking male that scares off other males. So if you don't scare off if you don't scare off other males, or if you are a male that does not scare off other males, then you're not desirable to women. Now, that's just to breed. That's just to get pregnant. The male, see, in nature is not nature is not monogamous. Nature does what nature wants to do. Nature is natural. And nature is not monogamous. You can have one man impregnate a woman, and the woman can choose another man to raise that child. That's because some men are strong for breeding, because women want a child that is strong. But those strong dudes, those strong alpha males, which there's no such thing as an alpha male or anything like that, but that's what they describe them as. Those strong males that end up going to prison, they don't end up raising the child. Usually who ends up raising the child is a man that is more timid. So what usually happens is the woman unconsciously sends the alpha male to battle. Subconsciously, she's making that alpha male's life very dangerous. And women do this subconsciously, where that man is fighting with people, probably in gangs, probably very violent, going to prison all the time. The woman is putting the man in those situations subconsciously, because a woman actually chooses who she wants to mate with, and she also chooses the man that she wants to raise the child. Now, every man, not every woman can do this. Only certain women that can display their sexuality better than others can have the pick of the litter. And most of the time, it depends on your geography. If you are a dominant woman in Brazil, there's no way you're going to breed with a man that's in the US unless you go to the US. You're going to breed with the best Brazilian man, or the best man around your country. So what's happening now is women think that they're independent, and they're starting to think, well, I don't need a man. I could just use a bunch of men, and I could take all their money, and whenever I want to have a child, I'll just do it with any guy, and I'll have a child, and I'll raise the child myself. Well, there's a problem with that, because the child is not being brought up with a man. A man develops the brain and the emotion. So if you have a child that is raised by a mother and has no man in the life, usually there's a male somewhere. Even if it's a friend, even if it's a neighbor, men naturally step in and raise children. Raise children's minds and emotions. That's the strong suit in men. That's why women choose these guys that they call simps or beta males to raise their children. What you do not notice is that beta males have more developed brains than less evolved alpha males. That's why the beta male is fat or sluggish, because the beta male uses their mind more than they use their body. Body is like manual transmission. Mind is like automatic transmission. Back in the days, all the cars were manual transmission. You'd have to work hard to get your car to move. Now everything is automatic. You don't really need your body to do things, not even to make money. A lot of people think, well, you gotta work hard to make money, and you gotta have a very physically demanding job. Well, no. People that are stupid have physically demanding jobs. You can make more money sitting at your desk than you can make paving bricks